Let's start with the course. This is meant to increase the English fluency. As you can see, I am an average reader. I can manage my daily use. Increase in fluency helps you to speak up in a forum. It involves things like reading speed, chunking, remove regression. So let's start with something which is understandable. So, what is a reading speed? Reading speed means how fast you can read and understand words without losing the meaning. The techniques to read faster. The first one is stop sub vocalization. Stop, that means stop saying words in your head. Meaning, when you read, you probably are pronouncing each word mentally in your mind. This slows you down. Fix. As you read, focus on understanding ideas, not the individual words. Let your eyes move faster. How do you practice? Read this paragraph without speaking words mentally. The second is use chunking, which means read group of words not one by one. Meaning, read 3 to 4 words together as an group instead of word by word. How do you fix it? When you see the quick brown fox, read it one chunk, not as the quick brown fox. What is the benefit? Your eyes move 2 to 3 times faster. Third point is remove regression. Don't read the same line twice, meaning stop moving your eyes backwards to reread what you just read. How do you fix it? Read forward only. Trust that your brain understands. Reread only if needed after finishing the paragraph. What is clear speech speed? Speaking faster while keeping the words clear and understandable. Techniques to speak faster and clearer. Reduce pauses and filler words like uh, like, you know. These are filler words. How do you fix it? Practice speaking without pausing. If you need to think, use silence. Instead of saying, you know, read like you are speaking. Add emotions. Meaning, when you read text aloud, add natural rhythm and feeling, not like a robot. How do you fix it? Make it louder, make it longer for important words. Example, this is really important. Practice shadowing, which means listen and repeat at the same speed. Meaning, listen to the native English speaker, then say the same word at the exact time. You can use YouTube videos, podcasts, English movies. 5 minutes daily should be enough. The more we practice, the fluency increases. Now let's go to the day one of the lesson. So here we have composed for a 5 minutes reading. It says ripple effect of a single habit. Many people believe that transforming their lives require a massive, dramatic overhaul. They think they need to change their entire diet overnight, start an intense 2 hour daily gym routine, or completely reinvent their career path in a single week. However, behavioral scientists have discovered that real, lasting change usually happens through a completely different process. It begins with something called a keystone habit, a single, small routine that naturally ripples into every other area of your life. Consider the simple act of making your bed every morning on its own. A neatly made bed does not change your income, your health, or your intelligence. It takes less than 2 minutes to complete. Yet, Admiral William McRaven famously noted that making your bed gives you a small sense of pride right at the start of your day. It is a tiny, immediate success that encourages you to do another task and then another. By end of the day, that one completed task will have turned into many completed tasks. The power of keystone habit lies in how it alters your self image. When you consistently keep a small promise to yourself, you begin to see yourself as an organized, disciplined person. This internal shift changes your behavior when you face large decisions later in the day. For instance, someone who starts tracking their daily spending often finds that they naturally start eating healthier food too. Why? Because the mindfulness required to manage their money spills over into how they manage their health. They stop acting on impulsive desires, start thinking about long term consequences. There are some of the words which is difficult to understand. Uh, we will cover those words separately. Conversely, the opposite is also true. The negative keystone habit can gently pull down your entire routine without you noticing. Think about the habit of bringing your smartphone into bed at night. It seems harmless. You tell yourself you will only look at it for 5 minutes. However, the bright blue light emitted by the screen tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime. delaying the production of melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy. As a result, you fall asleep an hour later than intended. The next morning, you wake up feeling exhausted and groggy because you are tired. You hit the snooze button 3 times, leaving you rushed and stressed. You do not have time to make a healthy breakfast, so you grab a sugary pastry on your way out the door. By afternoon, you your energy crashes, making you irritable during an important meeting at the work. When you get home, you feel too drained to exercise. So you sit on the couch and order fast food. An entire day of poor choices can be tracked back to single tiny decision made the night before. That is bringing a phone to bed. If you want to increase your fluency and improve your daily life, you do not need to fight every bad habit all at once. This approach causes mental fatigue and usually ends in failure. Instead, pick just one positive, tiny anchor habit. It could be drinking a glass of water before your morning tea, writing down 3 things you are grateful for, or doing exact 5 minutes English reading every evening. Protect that one habit with all your energy. Let it be the first domino that falls, and watch how smoothly the rest of your day aligns itself behind it. So there were few words. It's complicated and not easy to understand. First one is overall, that is a noun, a complete change, examination, or reconstruction of a system to improve it. Or you can say in a whole, like summing up into a whole. Alters, it means changes or modification. Impulsive, doing things suddenly without thinking carefully about the results. Conversely, which means from a different and positive point of view, used to introduce a statement that contrasts with the previous one. Groggy, it means weak or unsteady. Fatigue, you feel sleepy with tiredness and you don't feel like doing anything. So, how do you check your fluency? The paragraphs which were shown, you can just go back to the video and then start reading of your own. So you have to ask these questions. Did you read at a steady speed without stopping heavily at big words? Did you match the pronunciation of the vocabulary words to their meanings? Every speaker has accent of the region they are in. So the best way to check how to pronounce, pick the word, Google it, and it will show you the exact pronunciation. You can practice on it. Thank you so much.